So something that Stephanie and I really want to impart upon this group that's here today is that before really getting into what is the role of coach versus what is the role of administrator, your organization needs to be clear on the terms that we're going to talk about right now. And because if you aren't clear on what these mean, because they are open to interpretation and they're different at each school, then it's going to be really hard to untangle what each of your roles is. It might happen simultaneously in defining the roles as well as these terms, but ensuring that your school ecosystem knows what each of these is and the related terms that inevitably pop up around it is really vital. So we're going to talk about evaluation, supervision, growth, and remediation. Of course, sometimes there's different terms that this go by, but the concept is what you want to certainly be clear on. I'm going to start with evaluation. So when Stephanie and I say evaluation, we're talking about the tool that communicates is if a teacher is fulfilling their role and responsibilities. And we're talking like basic level, not the, are you a shining star versus, whatever the scale you might have in there, but just, are you fulfilling your roles and responsibilities? It's also evaluation we see as a communication tool. It's between the employer and the employee on if you are fulfilling those roles and responsibilities. It should be clear and concrete, something that Kim and I have talked about in some other segments that we've done around this. It's not sexy, which it's just not, it's not as, you can't jazz it up how you might want to because it's meant to be simple and straightforward. And then it's usually annual. Some schools can do it maybe twice a year, but in most cases, just with the demands, it's annual and connected to contract renewal.